Hey, Michael Raso here for the Film Photography Project. I'm here today to talk to you about the Pentax K1000 camera.
Ooh.
Now you're going to hear some voices in the background. That's Matt Mirage and Dan Domi. The Pentax K1000. This is the SE version. If you're going to get into film photography, I can highly recommend this camera. You do not need batteries to run this camera. Now, the beauty of this camera is that it does have a built-in light meter. There's a battery compartment right on the bottom here. You unscrew that. Many of these camera batteries are very hardy, so if you buy this camera on eBay, there's a good chance that the battery will actually work. I recently had a different K1000 that my good friend the Trackman gave me to test.
Hey!
Belonged to Track Brothers, as a matter of fact, and that camera has been in its case since the mid-1980s, and the battery worked just great.
Fantastic.
Like most 35mm cameras, you have your choice of shutter speeds right on the top here. In this case, you can go from B bulb, a half a second, a fourth of a second, eighth of a second, 15th of a second, 30th of a second. You get it? 60, 125, 250, 500, 1,000.
I sense a pattern here.
Here is where you cock your film, if it was loaded. Here's your film winder, and this is where you would rewind your film once you shot the whole roll. Your magazine is loaded in the back. Just load it right in there.
Give it a little lift. There you go.
Little lift. Make sure it
Sits
get it in there.
there.
Make sure it's snug in there. And there, this comes down. You got to find your spot. There it is.
Pull the leader across.
Yeah, pull the leader across. You have this here, and you would put your film into that slot right there. And then when you would, with the film crank, you would start pulling your film in. And then the film also catches on these nubs here. This sounds much more scary than it actually is. Click. Go again. Your film is now loaded. I feel confident enough that the film is really laying nice in there. It's in the slot. It's being taken up. I close my door, and you know that your film is loaded because when you advance your film, your take up is going to move because it's pulling film out of the canister. So watch this. Nice.
Fantastic.
Now, in the Pentax K1000, if you have your battery in and your light meter is working, it's a needle system. When you look through the eyepiece, there's a needle, and it just hangs in the middle. And if you're in the middle, that's where you want to be, because if it drops under the line, you're underexposed. If it's shooting up, then you're overexposed. You guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'm ready to shoot. I would look through the eyepiece. I would line my needle up. I'm shooting at 60th of a second at f/5.6. I'm going to focus up. I heard so much about the Pentax K1000, one of the best-selling cameras in SLR, single lens reflex camera history. I wanted to shoot one.
Fantastic.
Pick of the day for the basic mechanical 35mm camera. Have I left anything out, boys?
Yeah, if you have a question, send us an email.
Yeah, if you have a question, send us an email. I'll be thrilled to hear from you, and I highly recommend this beautiful, highly regarded 35mm SLR camera. Until next time, my name is Michael Raso. Don't forget, every 2 weeks, tune into the Film Photography Podcast. That's Film Photography Podcast or filmphotographyproject.com. Until next time, how about a smile, Joe? He's looking sad.